Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo! I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Christmas 2022, the Christmas album, Sexy Santa, Shimmy Shimmy, Dad AF. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Beast! How are you guys doing today? Oh, what a day. My husband and I went to brunch. I have my coffee right here, and then I came home and I was like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm gonna lay down and I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap. So I said, I'm just gonna lay down for 15 minutes, and 15 minutes turned into, my husband was laughing so hard, and 15 minutes turned into 25 minutes, which turned into an hour. But now, listen Linda, I am now here to talk about Trisha Paytas. So, first of all, I want to say a very, very special thank you to all of you out there that commented on my video yesterday, and it just was overwhelming. I did a video yesterday talking about how yesterday was my 28-year sobriety birthday, and so many of you, I mean, it was like just flooded with just beautiful comments, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. And I also just loved all of the comments from other people that are sober that were sharing their sobriety dates in there. And it's such a cool thing, you know, to see the connectivity of people that are sober and that we all come together, you know. And I did the video, and I said this in there that in hopes to maybe motivate and inspire just one person out there to have their very first sober Christmas. And, you know, being that my sobriety birth date is December 17th, I can remember that first Christmas that I was in treatment, you know, it was special to me, because even though I kind of learned that Christmas is, in the grand scheme of things, just kind of like any other day, it was really special to me because it was the first Christmas in many, 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 many years that I had been sober. And I have to say that, you know, in retrospect, it really, really makes me appreciate the time that I get to spend with friends and family now during the holidays. I think there's this attitude, you know, a lot around the holidays where people are like, oh, I don't want to go to my mom's house, and Aunt's, you know, Judy's gonna be there and she's gonna drive me crazy, and I don't want to buy these presents for people and all this kind of stuff, right? And I don't really have that attitude, you know. I get excited about seeing people during the holidays and getting to spend the holidays with people. So I'm very excited about that. And yesterday, for my sobriety birthday, Alex and I were actually talking about this at brunch today. You know, I was thinking like, well, what do I really want to do for my birthday? And so my best friend, Tanya Jean, she's been my best friend for 25 years, and she's, you know, also sober. She came to pick me up, and I went to the Thorntons, and I got a fountain pop. That was the first thing I wanted to do. And then we went to Value City because she had to buy new dining room table chairs. And then we went to Macy's, and I bought some things at Macy's. It was very busy at Macy's. And then we were trying to decide whether we wanted to go to Buca di Beppo or Olive Garden, but we went to the Olive Garden. And then after the Olive Garden, we were going to drive through at the Castleton Mall in Castleton. They have these Christmas lights set up. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have Christmas lights in your town, but they have them like, you know, in the parks. And then here they have them at the State Fair, and they have them at the Art Museum and things like that. This was kind of like, you know, like the carnivals that come in the summer to the Target parking lot. It was kind of like that version of Christmas lights. We were going to drive through them, and Tanya's like, I just can't. She's like, this is making me too nervous. I was like, it's making me too nervous too. So we passed on that, and then we went to do what is our favorite thing to do in the entire world, and that is walk around the Meijer. So we walked around the Meijer, and then we went back to her house for a little bit, and I hung out with her husband and her son, and Tanya Jean gave me my Christmas present. I had already given her hers. And then she and her husband drove me home. And so it just was a fantastic evening. And I have to tell you, a very interesting thing happened when we were at the Olive Garden last night. You never know who you're going to run into, you know. So hold on, before I get into this, let me put a little lip gloss on. When your lips are dry as mine, then it's Luna Beauty time. So listen, Linda, okay, we were at the Olive Garden last night. The craziest things always happen to Tanya Jean and I. And we kind of heard like somebody yelling and shouting. And we're like, what is going on? And it was crazy. It was like, you know, like right by the bar. And this girl that works at the Olive Garden, she was rather intoxicated. And and she was like, they were like telling her that she had to leave, that this girl that worked there, you know? And I was like, Tanya, I think I know her. And so she like walked over to our table and she was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, can I please come home? I don't have anywhere to stay. Can I please come home and stay with you? So I know it's hard to believe, but Sally Joe is back for another year. Sally Joe, say hi, Emerson, hi. Now, there are some caveats, okay? If Sally Joe's gonna stay with us, it's only hot cocoa. She's not allowed to put any of the liqueurs in there, okay? No Baileys, no Baileys, she said. Listen, Linda, I'll have all the Baileys and Frangelica. No, you won't, okay? You were drinking on the job at the Olive Garden. It's no super salad for you. You're done, gal, okay? And she said, listen, Linda, I am back. I'm a classy lady. I crossed my legs. So anyway, if you remember back in the day, Sally Joe, she was up in treatment one year and she was at girls' school another year. But this year, she's been working at the Olive Garden, okay? But she got terminated last night. She did. It was so sad. So Tanya Jean said, hey, listen, it's your sober birthday. Do a good deed. Take Sally Joe home. So Sally Joe, she came home with me last night. Now, she's been good. She's drying out. We're gonna get her some help. So anyway, I love you, Sally Joe. I love you too. She's got lots to say about Trisha Paytas. So today, boost, we're gonna talk about Trisha Paytas. All right. So I saw this on Spill Some Tea with Me, but I had actually kind of noticed it anyway. And other people had sent me some messages about it, and that was that Trisha Paytas, she, as they say on the show Legendary, which got canceled, and I'm, oh my God, I'm so upset about it. Legendary on HBO Max, which by the way, last night I finished watching Elf, which today I'm going to be doing my review of Elf on my review channel called, I'm watching Elf for the very first time. I then watched this brand new documentary that just came out on the 15th, you guys, and it is so fantastic. I'm going to do a review of it too, and it's called Call Me Miss Cleo or Looking for Miss Cleo. Do you guys remember Miss Cleo, the psychic from the Psychic Phone Network? Okay, it's all about her. It was fantastically done. It just was really interesting to hear about the life of Miss Cleo. So I didn't really know anything about her other than that she was a phone psychic. But anyway, what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying now. Woo! See, I've lost my mind. I've lost my track of mind. Okay, so anyway, I was watching those shows last night, and so anyway, I was just kind of like looking, what was I going to say? I was going to say something about that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It'll come to me. But anyway, I started, you know, looking through my phone and looking through the drama and whatever, and I noticed that Trisha Paytas had deleted a bunch of videos. And I saw this over on Spill Some Tea With Me. So, Spill Some Tea With Me is an Instagram account. I want to read to you what they posted on their Instagram. Hold on just a second. On their Instagram, they posted Trisha Paytas' Social Blade from her Paytas Hackman family channel. And they said underneath it, Trisha officially takes down all her vlog. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Legendary on HBO Max, which was one of my favorite shows back in the day about the ballroom competitions and stuff like that. But it got canceled, and I'm so upset about it. But on there, they used to say, they did what needed to be done. Trisha Paytas did what needed to be done. So anyway, on here, it says, Trisha officially takes down all her vlogs featuring Sean Vanderwilt. And they tagged Sean Vanderwilt in there, which I think is kind of funny. And some, but not all, her vlogs with Jason Nash off her vlog channel. Which is her vlog channel, which was her vlog channel back in the day, but is now her Paytas Hackman family channel, okay? Now, I don't know, I think that was, previous to that, was her Save the Children of India Hari Krishna channel. Was that a different channel? Was that the ASMR Tingles channel? I don't know, okay? It's constantly changing. Okay, but all her travel vlogs with Jason Nash are officially gone. Maui, Bora Bora, and Greece vlogs are gone. Wonder if Jason will take down the videos with Trisha in them. Swipe to see next slide. And then the next slide, it talks about this, oh wait, oh I don't think I, hold on a second, let me pull this up. I don't think I copied their next, whoa! Let me get into this. Okay. I don't think I copied their next slide. So the next slide is just a picture of them like showing like the videos that were deleted and stuff like that, okay? So, oh, my neighbor dog is outside and he's barking. So I went in and I looked. Did you hear that? Okay. So I went in and I looked. And on her main channel, which is like Blind Sundoll for MJ, okay, she has deleted. He just stands out there all day long. Okay, on her main channel, I speak dog if you didn't know, okay? I also speak cat. Cats are aliens, who'd care? Anyway, okay, on the main channel, you know what's so funny is on the Q&A that Alex and I did recently, we got like 3 or 4 questions that said, would you guys ever get a cat? I mean, people know that I'm not a cat person, right? So I thought that was so funny. But anyway, on her main channel, okay, on her Blind Sundoll for MJ channel, just her Trisha Paytas channel, she has deleted, okay, in the last week, 51,875,347 video views. Now, you can't go in there and see, you know, like which, it doesn't, like on Social Blade, it doesn't show you which videos those are. And in fact, you would have to have screenshots of every single one of her videos to go in and do a comparison study to know which videos that she had deleted. And I'm sure, you know, there are a lot of people out there, maybe like spill some tea with me. And I will link their Instagram in the comment section below. But there, you know, I think that there are people out there that are like keeping close tabs on that stuff that know which videos Trisha has deleted. I don't know, okay? I mean, the thing that's interesting is that back in the day, if you guys remember, especially about the Sean Vanderwilt videos, is because when she was doing a lot of those videos back in the day, which was around Christmas time, that's the origination of, that's the origin, is that the word I'm looking for? Is that even a word? I don't know. That is you know what I'm saying, okay? Listen, Linda, that's the origin of the crying on the kitchen floor videos. If you guys remember that, is the breakup and all of that with Sean Vanderwilt. That's where that started. Well, Trisha would post like 6 or 8 videos in a day, and then she would delete them the next day. Do you guys remember that? Like, I mean, that was like how she kind of did things at that time. So does it surprise me that she went in there and she deleted all of the videos with Sean Vanderwilt? No, it doesn't surprise me. In fact, I'm kind of surprised she's even kept them up this long. You know what I mean? I don't really think there's any bad blood between her and Sean Vanderwilt. I mean, I don't necessarily think there's tons of bad blood between her and Jason Nash. I just think that like he's kind of like a reminder of this bad part of her bad past. And so I think that that's why that is. I don't know. She doesn't really talk much about it, you know, or when she does, it's like, you know, she just kind of references it a little bit. Do I think it's tacky that on her Moses Hackman family channel, Pac-Man channel, Ms. Pac-Man channel, that she keeps up the videos of Sean Vanderwilt and Jason Nash? Yeah, absolutely. I do think it's really tacky, you know? But then I think it also kind of begs the question. It's like, okay, if you're like on Instagram and let's say you're with somebody and you've been with them for like 5 or 6 years and then you guys break up, like this is where I think it's interesting, like as a public figure, because I do think it says one thing. Like, if you're going to change your... I think it's one thing if she would have just made it her, like, Trisha Paytas channel. It's a different thing when you call it the Paytas Hackman family channel, right? Because then it's her and Moses' channel together, and they're parenting Malibu and things like that, right? Like, that's a channel specifically for them. I think what it was she wanted to carry over the subscriber count. She didn't want to lose that. So she wasn't going to start a brand new channel because then she would have to start from the ground up. And anybody out there that knows, like I've done that, right? Like when you have to start from the ground up, it's difficult. It'd be much easier just to carry one channel over and, you know, call it something different, call it something different, call it something different, because then you carry all the subscribers, right? Okay. But if you're going to do that, delete all of those videos from the past where you're with like other people, because it's a tacky look. It just really is a tacky look. And you know, like I was thinking like, okay, so comparison study, let's talk about this. Like, let's say if you were with somebody for 5 or 6 years, right? And you posted pictures of them on Instagram together, right? And then you break up and you're single for, let's say, a year or 2. And then, or like me, maybe, you know, a week. And then you get back together, or then you get together with somebody else and you're with somebody else and you marry them and you're posting pictures. Should you delete all of the I mean, this is, I think, a good question. I think it's a fair question. Should you delete all of the pictures of the person before, you know? and all that kind of stuff. I can remember when I was with my ex, and when we finally moved in together, and like I was like under the bed looking for something, and I found this like shoebox, and it was like all of these pictures. And I think like social media and Instagram has like really changed things, but it was like all of these pictures of like him and his ex together and stuff like that. And I kind of like, I took the box out and I put it on the bed. And when he came home, he was like real weird about it. He was like, oh, I'm really sorry. And whatever. I go, what are you sorry about? And he said, well, I didn't want to upset you or whatever. I said, I'm not upset. He's your ex, like whatever. Like, I don't expect you to erase all of your memories and the pictures of him from your life. Do I want pictures framed next to the bed of you two together? No, like I don't want that, okay? But you don't have to hide it underneath the bed between a bunch of things like dirty secrets. Like, do I want you bringing them out and looking at them every 5 seconds? No. But, for me, I've always looked at past relationships, past friendships, and things like that with like, let me remember the good times, and wish somebody the best. So I don't know how I feel about that. I do think it's weird, like, there are people that I know personally and like on YouTube that when I go in and I look at their, Instagram, I'm like, it's kind of weird to me that they didn't delete those pictures. But on the same side of that, it's weird to me when people do go in and they delete like every picture that they ever had with somebody. I don't really know how I feel about that, I guess. I guess it's just kind of weird because then it's like, oh, so that person didn't exist in your life at all? But like I'm saying, okay, and maybe this is just me, I feel like it's completely different if you had like an Instagram that was you with that person, or if you did like a YouTube channel that you were benefiting financially from too, that was you with that person. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's different. I also think it would be different if Trisha Paytas just called it Trisha Paytas Vlogs versus Paytas Hackman Family Channel. She's waited a really long time, you guys. I mean, it's been their wedding anniversary that they just passed, and she's been, obviously she was pregnant for a long time and whatever. I mean, she waited way over a year to delete these videos. So she deleted 51,875,347 video views from her main channel. And on her vlog channel, which is now the Paytas Hackman channel, she deleted 74,942,253 views for a total of 126,817,600 views, okay? That's what so she deleted over 120 million video views from her channel. Well, the reality is this. I mean, she probably privatized them. She probably didn't delete them, which is whatever. I don't care. To me, there's not really a whole lot of difference between deleting them and privatizing them. But I don't, she's already made the money that she's going to make off of them. So I don't really know why she kept them up this long anyway. And in all reality, and maybe Moses doesn't care. Maybe Moses is just like how I was with the pictures. Maybe Moses is like, babe, you do what you want to do. Like, it doesn't hurt me that you have those videos up from you and Jason. That was your past then. That was your life then. Keep them up. I don't know. Maybe that's his attitude about it, Moses seems to me, I know people want to paint him as this very passive kind of whatever, like, I've actually, and I've watched a lot of her Instagram stories lately and things like that when they're like out, like he seems like a very doting husband and a very doting like father. He seems very good with Malibu. And I know that people want me to drag Trisha, and I know that people want me to drag Moses and Trisha together and whatever, and have they done things wrong? Absolutely. And, are they the best people in the world? No. Do they have things that they need to work on? Absolutely, like all of us out there. But I do note that recently it seems to me like Trisha really has been trying to stay out of drama, and I don't know, maybe this is her going into, like when I go in around my sobriety birthday, going into the next year, I always kind of think of like things that I want to do. And I remember several years ago, I think it was going into 2020 or 2021, and working with my sponsor, I was like, there's like 3 or 4 people that I need to make amends to before I start the new year. And so she and I sat down and did inventory, and I worked with her, on cleaning up the wreckage of my past and contacting those people and making amends. And I did that, and I'm very thankful that I did that, because I started the year kind of fresh. And maybe that's Trisha's attitude, is that she wants to go into 2023 with like a fresh attitude on these channels and a fresh attitude with, Jason and Sean just being gone from this, and then she can just, go forward with Moses and the baby and things like that, which that's fine. You know what I mean? I hope she stays out of drama. I really do. at the expense of her not making as much money as, you know, she was making in the past. I hope that she stays out of drama. I think, like, I know that this is so corny, and when I say this, people always are like, oh, Peter, seriously. But it's kind of like, you know, when Manny said back in the day, when he came back after all of his scandals, and he said, you know, and talking about Social Blade, and Social Blade is like, I don't know if you guys know it, but it's like a website app where you can like see people's numbers and whatever, and he said, my Social Blade might be in the red, meaning, that he wasn't getting the views that he was getting before, and he was losing subscribers. And he said, my Social Blade might be in the red, but my personal life is in the green. Something like that. And I really, as corny as it sounded, and so many people like made fun of him, I really liked it. Like, I really, you know, I appreciated the kind of, I don't know, just the captured moment of that, of really learning that piece of not stepping into drama, you know? So speaking of drama, I want to talk about something else with Trisha Paytas, because like I said, you know, I think that this would be, I think this is a time when Trisha, like, I was looking through her Twitter, and it's like she's tweeting a lot about parenthood. She's tweeting a lot about, like, Christmas and things like that. It's like, this is not a time to re-enter into any kind of drama that's going to bring you a lot of negative attention. And I've said this with Jaclyn Hill, and I think that this is a good thing to talk about, and with all these influencers. And, you know, it's really interesting because I'm starting to see the same people, James Charles, Jeffree Star. I mean, people are like, Peter, you've been talking about these same people for 5 or 6 years. Well, here's the deal, okay? Is that historically, they have the inability to stay out of drama. It's like they do it for a while. They play good boys and girls, and then they do it for a while, and then it's like they can't. They're firing spitballs at the kid in front of them again, right? It's like they don't learn from their behaviors. Interestingly enough, the one person I'm really not seeing a return to kind of this drama with right now is Shane Dawson, but that might change, you know, in a week. But Jeffree Star is kind of returning to drama. James Charles is returning to drama. Jaclyn Hill can't stay out of drama. You know, something that I'm going to talk about here is like with Trisha Paytas, and I kind of see her walking the fence with this, and I'm like, okay, Trisha, this could be dangerous for you. Be very, very careful. And it's interesting because it's like all of these people have stayed out of drama for a while, and I'm like, are we going to start seeing like a real return to these people like being very problematic again, because they've done like a very good job? It's like they almost think if they stay out of it for a long period of time, then people are going to forget, right? Okay, so what is it? Well, Trisha's skincare line is coming back. Trisha has announced on Instagram that her skincare line has come back. Oh, by the way, I do want to mention one thing as far as deleting videos. I was like looking up to try to see if I could figure out exactly which videos were deleted, and I found this article from 2021 that I had completely forgot about, from September of 2021 on the Insider, where Trisha removed over 1,300 videos. 1 billion video views that she removed when people were coming for her, and she said people were harassing her, and it was over all of these, you know, claims and allegations that she had made, and all these kinds of things that Trisha went in and she just deleted 1,300 videos. And I do think that Trisha is very much of the attitude that it's like out of sight, out of mind. Like, if I just delete it, it never happened. Like, I never have to address it. It never happened, whatever. Like, I do think she kind of lives that mentality. And the thing is that we don't live in that world today, you know? We don't live in the kind of world where people are going to let you forget things, you know? And this is the issue. And I think that this is the issue going forward, that if there's any influencer out there that is watching this, a bigger influencer, which I'm sure that they don't watch my, you know, videos, but if I could give any suggestions or any advice, you know, people are always like, oh, Peter, you should be a PR person for this. I wish I was at this point, right? But, you know, in 6.5 years of covering drama, the one thing that I have absolutely learned is that when you take no accountability for your actions, like when you're called out on something and you take no accountability and you don't address what's going on, it's going to continue to bite you in the ass. It's going to continue to affect you over and over and over again. And I remember there was like a time, it was like a year and a half ago, and I am absolutely a diehard fan of Zachary Garcia Patton, who I adore, he and his husband, Alistair, so much. And I remember he tweeted out something, and he was like, I don't know what I've said in the past on Twitter, but I'm sure I've said something problematic. So going forward, if you find that I've said something problematic, I apologize for it in advance. And I kind of loved it, you know? And then I remember watching this Daniel Paytas video where he was like driving in his car and he was like, I just don't understand why these influencers cannot just come out and just take responsibility for their actions, which is interesting because Daniel Paytas just got called out for breeding his dog in the height of rescues in our country. So, and he didn't address it at all. So that's interesting to me. And I mean, it was literally flooded underneath the video he and Joey Graceffa did with comments about that. But he said in this video, I just don't understand why people can't just come out and take responsibility and accountability for their actions and then move on, you know? Well, Trisha Paytas said something very similar to that. You know, you just take accountability, own it, and then move on. Like, it would be very easy. I think she forgot that she said that, right? Okay, so Trisha Paytas has come out and she has said that this skincare line that she had in the past is coming back. So here it is. Trisha Paytas announces return of skincare line after trolls ruined it. So I just want to read you a little bit from Centennial. It says underneath here, Trisha Paytas is bringing back her controversial skincare line. The YouTuber revealed on Instagram that her new and improved collaboration with Glow Skin Enhancement will be returning next week. With so many great products, including the Miracle Bar, which I've talked about in almost every video when people ask me about my skin, Trisha wrote, so excited to bring this back for everyone who's been asking. Trisha launched a Miracle Elixir line in June. Here, let me screenshot this and so I can, hold on a second. Well, I'll have to go in there and take a picture of it. Anyway, Trisha launched a Miracle Elixir line in June 2021 in collaboration with Glow Skin Enhancement, an LA-based skincare business owned and founded by Charlotte Wilson. Fans questioned the brand from the start when Trisha released a promotional video for the products that changed her life, all the while using heavy makeup, blurring filters, and obvious post-production editing. The Miracle Elixir line seemed to be targeted towards clearing acne, something Trisha has openly struggled with for years. However, many fans pointed to Trisha's public endorsement of chemical peels, saying it's misleading to claim these products help them get their acne under control. Other fans took the video as a parody of the cringy style of beauty commercials of the past. Months later, concerns around the line's efficacy and formulation emerged following several troubling reviews, including one TikTok user who claimed the line gave her chemical burns. The reviews of this, you guys, were horrific, if you remember, on YouTube and on TikTok. Other concerns came from skincare experts like YouTuber James Welsh, who questioned the SPF content in the Miracle Elixir Tinted Day Cream, which claimed to be SPF 30. Esthetician Cassandra Bankston also criticized Trisha's products at the time of launch, noting that the Miracle Elixir line did not declare its product ingredients as industry standards required. On September 16th, the entire skincare range was removed from the Glow Skincare Enhancement website. Soon after, Trisha went on live to discuss the decision to stop selling the Miracle Elixir. The Miracle Elixir is offline for now. I want to bring it back sometime, or bring it back because, like, I do use it daily. I love my skincare line, and of course, trolls ruined that too. It's always somebody else's fault with Trisha, right? It just sucks because people will literally make up, like, I bought this and it burnt my skin. Trisha said that those who claimed to have issues with her skincare line could not provide proof or further information. Well, if there was no proof or further information, then the owner of the brand wouldn't be removing it from their skincare line. And I haven't seen, and as somebody that watches Trisha's Instagram stories religiously, I haven't seen Trisha really use this skincare line much. But Shane Dawson also claims to love makeup, but he only uses makeup prior to a series. So I don't know. They were friends for a long time. Maybe they learned that from each other. Despite Trisha's Instagram caption insinuating that people were asking for the line to come back, several people have taken to her comment section to warn others from purchasing the range. All they are doing is reselling the same leftovers from last year's flop. This is a quote. They put it away and saved it for when the hate died down on Trish. Now that she's a mom and trying to be a family channel, they are acting like this is so different and gonna sell like crazy. It's so scammy. She also got a facial last week to try to act like she has great skin from this, wrote one user. Steer clear away from these products. There are multiple serious allegations. These are all just comments. I'm not saying these things. But anyway, it goes on. Trisha's not responded to the backlash at this time of writing. So, anyway, are you guys going to buy Trisha's new products? Do you think they're scammy? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, and let me know what you think about her deleting all these videos off of her YouTube. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.